I've searched my whole life for that thing I could be truly passionate about. And this was it for me. When I started knitting, it was so engaging and inspiring and deeply creative. I don't know if you guys are like me, but I never cook a recipe from beginning to end unless I'm absolutely totally unsure of what I'm doing, without changing something in the recipe. And that's what happened when I really got into knitting. Was I discovered I was never knitting a pattern from beginning to end without changing something or wanting to change something. And that's when I realized I was also a designer. So it took me a long time to realize that when people come into a yarn store, they might be inspired by the yarn, but they don't necessarily know what to do with the yarn. They don't know what kind of project they'll want to do. They don't know what pattern to use. They just really love the yarn, or they really love the pattern, but they have no idea what yarn would work for it. I discovered that myself and maybe 10-20% of the other yarn junkies out there, we love, when I see a skein of yarn or a color, I immediately feel the project. So it's kind of like when sculptors of stone or wood would say, you know, you get the piece of wood or you get the piece of stone, and you know exactly what that piece of wood is going to be. You can feel it revealing an image underneath, or the stone you chip away, and all of a sudden you can see what the stone wants to be. I feel the same way about the yarn. So I can put my hands on something or see something in the store or when I'm at a show, and I just know what I want it to be. And more, those are things that I want to design myself. Although I deeply appreciate the pattern writers out there, because I'll talk about this in a future video. But there is a very fine art to writing a pattern, and it is hard work, and it takes a lot of experience and a lot of help to write a pattern. So although my instinct, I know exactly what I want the yarn to be when I see it, taking that vision from my imagination and putting it in the physical world stitch by stitch, that's a whole other craft unto itself. And that's really where I light up. I love the yarn. I love the colors. I love being surrounded by them. But when I can find a way to sculpt with it, to make it into the form that I want it to be, it's almost like, I don't want to say religious, it's like a spiritual experience for me. I love being able to create something with these colors and these textures that is a piece of art without pretension. There's no fine arts gallery that's going to put up my pair of socks. Though I would love for that to happen. But knowing that I created those, and that those bring warmth to me and to other people, and joy to me and to other people, that they are beautiful in their simplicity and in their utilitarian aspect of it, that's even more beautiful. And it's not something that's going to last a lifetime or be recognized by anybody, maybe beyond those people I give it to that really appreciate it. But I don't, I do it because there's such a sense of fulfillment um, in working with these yarns and creating clothing um, with my own hands, and seeing those colors come to life and seeing the play between the textures of the fiber and the colors of the yarn. It's extraordinary. It makes my heart sing.